Hey guys, welcome to a stream. This is Rod Arriagada coming to you live from the Hangar, Billiards and Sports Lounge. We're here at 121 Scurfield Blvd, and we're here for the King of the Hill winner take all 8-ball. I know it says 9-ball, I gotta fix that. Winner take all 8-ball. And this is an A-side quarterfinal matchup between Jason Klatt and Johnny Baptiste. Johnny just won the first game, so I'll update that on the scoreboard. And it's alternate breaks. Well, you know what? Let's just talk about this real quick. Here are the rules, tournament rules. Race to 13, finals will be a race to 15, single elimination, alternate breaks, straight races, no handicaps, 2-move racking system, which I'll talk to you guys about that shortly, and take what you make. I'll also talk to you guys about that right after I talk about the 2-move racking system. Cue ball fouls only, championship match must be played, and it's a winner take all format. We'll move into our next table here, or our next view. Rack number 2 coming up. Johnny Baptiste to break, leading by 1. It is a race to 13. Smash and break. Oh, they're playing some groovy music right now, man. It's got me going. Like, I fight these guys sometimes about the music being on because, you know, the copyrights and the whole deal. But at the same time, when they play music and it's good music, it's got me grooving all day. So I actually enjoy the music. I never had a problem with music. I just have a problem with the copyright guys. Always trying to mess with me, man. All I'm trying to do is just share my passion. All they want to do is shut me down. Right now, listening to the Rolling Stones in the background, thinking to myself, how much money do the Rolling Stones really think I'm going to make off this stream? You know, why do you have to really copyright me? Just leave me alone, man. It's just a little bit of music. If anything, just people are listening to you. I think you have to like state every song that plays, and that's kind of hard to do when you're, you know, have the radio station in the background or Siri or whatever it is that's going on in the background. Sometimes it's the jukebox. No way of knowing what people are going to play ahead of time. Now he's off to a good start on this one. Quick start also. Take a look to see if he's got the 9. He should. I think it's a tight squeeze, but it's available. Oh, it just stayed up. He tried to get as much as he could out of that pocket, and it stays up. The good news is that, you know, the 9 balls blocked the pocket, but the bad news is that he's giving his opponent a chance at the table. Oops, what did I do? Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so now he's got to deal with that pocket. I'm not sure this is the time yet. He can maybe take that 2-ball first and then set up for a straighter shot on the 6-ball. He wants to do the follow-through draw shot on the 6 to get that pocket. And then at the same time, he's going to shape up for the 7-ball. But if he's smart, he's going to play this with a little bit of extra draw, trying to get that cue ball on the left side further past that 11-ball. So that way, if he does end up not taking that pocket or making that shot, that he doesn't give his opponent Johnny much to shoot at on the 11-ball. It'll be kind of a two-way shot that won't really affect him much because he still has a shot on the 7-ball available. The only problem here is, though, is he might not make the 6-ball just because he focuses on trying to leave him safe on the 11-ball. The 7-ball provides the blocker on the 11-ball, so as long as he gets to the left side of the table, that 11-ball doesn't have much pockets to work with unless you're banking. He trusted that it was going to go in, so he didn't play the two-way safe shot. He played it to make it, knowing that it was going to go. I was going to say he should have gone 1-5, but 5-1 looks better from this angle. It doesn't really matter because the 8-ball is kind of in the middle, so whichever way you go works, really. The only thing is that it's tighter to get onto the 5 from the 1 than it is from the 1 to the, or from the 5 to the 1. From the 1 to the 5 than it is from the 5 to the 1. Cheats the pocket a little bit, cheats the angle a little bit just to get that nice straight drawback for the 8-ball. You can see here the 8-ball is fairly easy. He'll tie up the game on 1. Here's the bracket. So we've done the first round. It's concluded. We go on to the second round, and now we have at the top of a bracket Jeff Clare versus Ryan Solveld, Johnny Baptiste, Jason Klatt, who are playing right now on the main TV table. Larry Hunter, Derek Quincy, they're playing on table number 1. And then we have Jeremy Hansen and Joey Bolio. They're playing on table number 9. Nice little lineup of quarterfinalists. All right, we're moving into rack number 3 now. Rack number 2 leaves us tied at 1. Rack number 3 will put 1 ahead. Looks like a dry break. And Johnny will have a chance on rack number 3. Hmm. Did I update that? Let's update that. I forget I gotta go do that right now. I put the YouTube link on there, but I don't know if I updated the link to the proper link or if I left it with the old link. Update that right now. Yeah, no, I had the old link on there. So now the new link is on here on the post, and I'll include it on the chat as well for you guys. All right, so there, it's on the chat as well. If you guys want to go to the YouTube channel to watch it on 1080p, you can do it there. Been pinned on the comments for you guys. Quick rack that one. Johnny's all business today, man. Leads 2-1. We'll try to keep you guys updated with the other scores from the other matches. As they develop. Take a second to say hi to some of you guys. Mike Sundstrom, how you doing? Says, what's the 2-move rack thing that you talked about? All right. So the 2-move rack, what that is you are allowed. So first of all, the balls when they go down into the chamber, you're not allowed to look at them as you put them in the rack. You just put them in the rack, whatever random that order they come out in, you just put them in the rack. Once all the balls are in the rack, you're allowed 2 moves on that rack. You're allowed to move the 8-ball wherever it is to the middle spot where it belongs. If it's already on the middle spot, then you only have 1 move left because the 8-ball's already been moved. So 1 move is specifically for the 8-ball. So that way the 8-ball, no matter where it is, you can put it where it belongs in the middle of the rack. The second move is for the back end of the rack to ensure that there's a solid and a stripe at each end. So if you do the random rack and then you 8-balls in the middle, but you have 2 stripes at the end, you're allowed 1 move, so you can put 1 solid in there. And that solid can come from anywhere in the rack. That's up to you. That's the 1 ball that you get to sort of pattern rack, really. But the rest of the rack is all randomized no matter what. And so that's the reason why I implemented this. I actually, first time I got to see it was in 2019 for the Q Sports Live $10,000 Invitational out in Calgary. And I commended Grant for this one because I thought it was a really great format. I played in it, and the format was a little bit challenging for me as a player. But as a person that was sitting on the sidelines watching after I got eliminated, of course, it was, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having that. The random racks help make the matches a little bit more fair, I guess, and they take what you make pushes you into a certain spot, because if you have a massive break, then you're okay. You just go and shoot whatever you want. But if you end up, say, making a stripe and then there's no shot on the stripes and the solids are wide open but the stripes are all tied up, you still have to shoot stripes. So that's where the pattern or the rack or the result of the break affects the breaker, and trying to solve a table that they have no control over. So that was that's the 2-move racking system. Take what you make. Basically, the way it works is if you make a stripe, your stripes. If you make a solid, your solids. If you make one of each as an open table, and you can combo a solid into a stripe on an open table to start, or a solid into a stripe into a solid, whichever way you want. You can also, we're allowing using the E-pull as a combination on an open table. So if you make one of each as an open table, you can shoot whatever you want. If you make 2 stripes and a solid off the break, then the majority rules. So then you'd be stripes. If you make 2 solids and a stripe, then you'd be solids. If you make 2 of each, then once again, it's open table. Now, let's say you break and you make 3 stripes off the break, but you scratched. It's still an open table for your opponent. They get to choose stripes if they want to. Because you fouled on the break, you didn't claim anything, so therefore it's an open table. And we're doing some quick work out of these racks, man. 2-2. And as said earlier, we're just getting started with things here. This is now the quarter-final round of the King of the Hill. We have the semifinal round coming up next, and then the finals, the championship match, which will be a race to 15. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far and the quality of the stream, maybe you guys can like and share the stream. If you're on YouTube, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel to help me grow a little bit. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I can't do it on my own, so I need your help. If you guys want to subscribe, awesome. If you guys don't really like to watch on YouTube, you'd rather interact with everyone here on Facebook, that's fine. But maybe you guys can still hit that link, go over to YouTube, and just subscribe to the channel anyway, just for support. I'd appreciate it. Rack number 5, we're tied up. Jason Klatt to break. Smash and break, and he made a few balls on that one. Absolutely smashed this one. It looked like it was going to be a dry break for a second, but he made the 6, he made the 13, he made the 1, and he made the 3. Well, the majority of them are solids, therefore he's shooting solids now. Yeah, and then normal rules of 8-ball, you will have an open choice. You can shoot whatever you want. This would allow him, for example, to take the stripes and run out with the stripes. But now, because he made the majority of solids, now he has to shoot solids, which is still not a bad table for him. The break's actually beautiful. Perfect, man. If you look at the layout, it's perfect for a break and run. Needs to come around clean on the 4, which he has. Gone a little bit too far for the 5, though. He'll just take a look to see where he needs to be for it. As long as he comes in between where the cue ball and the 4 ball is right now, he'll be perfect. And that's about the right distance right there. He actually got a little bit further than I thought he was going to get. He can just draw this one back towards that 14 ball to put the 8 ball in the same pocket. Easy peasy. Watching these guys play makes me feel like I just don't practice hard enough. So they gotta drop all the balls at the end. See what Johnny's doing? You gotta drop all the balls at the end. That is gonna ensure that there's a random rack. Now you just grab the balls, we'll go from the side view here. So I'll put all the balls here. He's not looking at what's coming out. He's just slapping them all in there. See, this is a 2-move racking system. Gets 1 move for the block, and there's 1 of each at the end, so he doesn't have to do the second move. Only have to move the block on that one. And that's the rack that he gets. And it's all random. I mean, if you end up getting a bunch of solids on one side and a bunch of stripes on the other, it's just the way it worked out. But you can't repetitively do that because of the random rack. I'm telling you, this is a lot more challenging for the top-notch players, man. I like to see the pros, doing like something with Matchroom or Predator doing an 8-ball thing like this. I think the pros would have fun with it. It would be more challenging for them. Maybe they can limit, break from the small box or something like that, just to make it a little bit more interesting on top of that. He's stuck taking the solids no matter what here. Looking to start off with his 5. Oh, what a shot. Just open up the 1 ball. What a shot that was. See how close he is to that side pocket. Can't see from there, but he's pretty close. He should have the shot on the 7 still. But that was for him to be able to make the 1 ball come open. It was tied up until that moment. And this has potential for the highlight of the day. That was a nice shot, man. Makes the 7. Didn't want to move that ball. Now he's over the top here. He's got to shoot over the 12 ball, making it a little bit more uncomfortable for him. You can see here the 4 ball's pretty close to the side pocket also, so you got to feel a little bit more uncomfortable here with this angle. I wonder if you end up playing a safety here instead, maybe. He's standing kind of on the side view right now, so I can't quite tell from the side whether he can maybe slowly roll the cue ball into this 2 ball with a lot of right hand spin to snug up behind that 3 ball and wedge up between the 2 and the 3. It might be there, actually. You would just have to spin into this ball, hit it flush with right hand spin, and then use the double hit off the rail on the 2 to freeze up the cue ball and trap it between the 2 and the 3. See what he's trying to do, though. He called something. I'm not sure what he called. Might be the 2 ball combination, perhaps. Is that what he was going for? That was the shot he was going for. What a beautiful shot that was. Ooh, almost came up short on that 4 ball, man. The shot on the 2 comes back for the 8. Klatt says that's good, and we're tied at 3. And check out this shot, man. This was a beauty. I wasn't sure what he was going to do here, but he went for a double bank side, and he called it. Look at how beautiful this was. Absolutely perfect. Now, that one doesn't have highlight of the day potential written all over it. And that one feels like it is the highlight of the day. What a shot that was. I'm telling you, man, that was a beauty. I got to look at it again. It kind of stunned me because I was like, what? Did he call that? Oh, yeah, he called it. He called that all day long, man. All day long. Smooth operator. Funny business. Rack number 6 is in. We're moving into rack number 7. We're all tied up at 3. Jason Klatt to break. Gene Peacock. Is Joey the 12-year-old? Yeah, that's right. From Ebb and Flow. Joey Bolio. He came out to play in this tournament also. He's trying to measure himself up against the best. And so far, he had a battle with Dave Strachan, and he beat Dave Strachan. I'm not sure what the score was, but that's on the challenge bracket. And yeah, I'm not sure. But he's playing in the next round, playing against Jeremy Hansen, another experienced premier level player here from Winnipeg. And well, I got a feeling that Jeremy's going to be having his hands full with that kid, man, because he doesn't have fear, especially when it comes to the bar box, man. No fear whatsoever. Gerard, this he says, what city is this tournament played in? This is here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Gerard. Jao Neto, how you doing? Bienvenido. Kathy Secrets, what are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Raf Nieto, what's up, bro? April and Vance Hool, welcome to the stream. Just checking for comments. What's up, Alba Rat? How you doing, man? Edward West says hello there, bud. How you doing, Edward? Welcome to the stream, man. Julian Russell, Richard Ben, welcome, guys. Lisa McNabb, one of my favorites. How you doing, Lisa? Jana tuning in, watching Johnny. Brian Edwards, how you doing? Cornelius Lopez, welcome back. April Malcolm. Diamond says side view is good. Yeah, I like the side view too. I don't use it too often though. You know, I kind of mix it up here and there. I'll put it on the side here right now to see how hard the shot's gonna be for him. Looks like he might have the 15. I was just solving the puzzle, but it looks like he can maybe maneuver himself out of this rack here. Maybe just spinning off the rail off this 15 to set up for the 13 ball to the right side middle pocket. If he gets fairly straight in, he can roll it up for the 14 to the bottom left, which will give him a follow through angle for the 9 ball. He might be thinking about shaping up for the 14 ball here instead. But it looks to me like he's got a notch angle to get around for the 13 ball. Yeah, like that. Perfect on the 2 ball. Well, now he's not going to be good for the 14, but he can run into the 4, but well, no, the 4 ball's not going to help him. He's going to have to draw this back. He's got no choice but to draw it off the side cushion for the 9 ball next. It's going to be a bit of a stroke shot on this one. Didn't want to scratch though. He was just trying to get over a little bit more for the 9 ball. And that's going to be the first mistake we see in this rack or in this match. Johnny Baptiste will get a ball in hand, but most importantly, he'll have a chance to get ahead in the match. Bradley Burns, how you doing? Mr. Kelly Hool, how you doing? Says good shot, my boy. Yeah, he made an incredible shot on that one. So smooth too, man. Ben Whitford says nice shot, cuz. Jeff Martin, what a bank by Johnny. Emilio Valenciano Jr. says, que rollo, Rod. Yeah, that was quite the roll, man. That's what he says. Que rollo. That's what he means. What a roll. Jason Savari, how you doing? Don Jerschel, how you doing? Jerry Nuxon, how you doing? Excuse me, how you doing? Oh, with the ball in hand, you kind of almost expect Johnny to get out. No real situations at the table. Just has to be careful not to run into any troubles with his angles or getting some uncomfortable leaves. This is all right. Expected maybe a little bit faster of a roller on that one. Still okay though. He's got options. The 1 or the 5. I don't mind taking the 5 right now. Yeah, I like that option. You kind of got to clear up that 5 and 7 just so you can open up that 8 ball completely. And see, he was committed to try to get onto that 7 ball. So now he's going to have to play this 1, 2. He might have to try to play this 3 rails actually. 1, 2, 3, 4 rails. 4 rails for the 1. Or 2 rails back for the 3, I guess. That would be all right too. 1, 2, 3 rails. Yeah. 3 rails back for the 3. Fine cut. If he likes to bank, he can just bank and then he'll be perfect for the 3 as well. He's cutting it. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the 4th one for the 1 ball. Yeah, I like that option first. That was my first option that I looked at. And now here you kind of got to let the cue ball go. Instead of playing the soft in, which normally you would do, I think you got to hit this with some power, come off the 3 rails on the bottom right of the table here for the 3 ball. Like that, yeah. Little bump will help out. But that was perfect right there. It was better than playing it soft. A lot of people would have taken that shot and tried to play it soft or with some inside spin. And you wouldn't have been wrong as long as you felt comfortable with it. But the proper shot there was just come around the 2 or 3 rails for the 3, like he did. Draws back just a little bit here for the 8 ball. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to have a shot on it. This tangent line keeps him safe from scratching, so he can just hit this with a follow through. Maybe a touch of left just to adjust the angle, and that will work. He'll steal rack number 7. Now he's got a chance to take a 2-game lead if he can get a good break and rack number 8. Gonna glance over here at our other TV tables. This is Ryan Soliveld at this table right now, playing against Jeff Clare, and you got Larry Hunter in the background there. He's playing against Derek Quincy. Nice shot, Larry. Uh-oh, Ryan might be into a little bit of trouble there. Yeah, he's not happy about it. Go back to our main TV table. Oh no, he lost the cue ball. Lost the cue ball, and along with that cue ball, he might have lost the opportunity to get that 2-game lead. With a ball in hand behind the line, Klatt has an open table, and he has a chance to be able to tie up the game on his opponent's break. Perfect window for the 6, as you can see. I'm gonna pick this table apart here. Might be tempting to just take that 3 ball right now. I don't know. I like the 6 ball because you can see it, but he can make that 3 come around, set up better for the 4, and then get a better position on that 6. If you got the 5 would be ideal. But he had enough of that 6. I thought that maybe that 5 was going to be slightly in the way. He wasn't going to be able to get back for the 5, but he's been able to get back for the 5. He's got a nice angle here to work with also. He's going to take a peek to see if that 1 goes past that 3 ball. If it does, then he can just play this through and shape up for the 1 ball next. If it doesn't, he's going to have to draw off the cushion for the 3 ball next. He can also play through for the 7 ball and then come back around from the 7 ball. But the 3 and the 4 need to be separated. The 5 ball sort of needs to be addressed, but it doesn't have to be right now. It's just the option that he was setting up for. So now he's looking at all his other options. Looks like maybe the 4 ball will be a tough cut to the side, which I don't think he's going to take that on. The 1 ball will be a cut to the other side, but I don't think he's going to take that on either. So I think we're going back to the 5 and maybe try to draw from the 5 into the 4. That might be a thing, or maybe off the rail. And okay, the 1 must go past the 3. That was option number 1 if it was available. Not sure if it is, but if it is, he's lined up pretty good for it. Yeah, the 1 ball went all day long. He's got good angle here to make that 3 to come around for the 4, so that's going to be the next shot. He may actually play it through for the 7, but I think he's going to go for the 4. To me, that's what makes the most sense. And then you play a little bit of angle to get in between that 14 and 10 after you make that 4 to come around for that 7. And he's got just enough of the window to be able to get in between that 14 and the 10. Hit that bottom rail with some spin, come across for the 7. I don't think he can draw this anymore because now he'd be drawn into the 14 and things will change in a bad way. So he has to try to spin this in. And now what that means is he's got to kind of throw it. So he's got to hit this 4 ball a little bit thicker and add more spin to it. He's hit that perfect. Got lots of room here with the 7 ball. The 8 does go to the top right corner past the 11 ball, and to me that seems like the logical positional shot that he should be playing here. He may play something different, but I feel like he's going to play for that top right corner. He can try to get in between this 10 and 14 also, but it's a little bit extra work, no guarantee, so it just makes more sense to set up for the 8 ball here, the way that he just did. Eight is good. Ties up the match at 4. This shot was a beauty, man. I can't believe he did this shot. Like absolute perfection. What a beauty. That one's going in the highlight of the day. Yep, that's officially in the highlight of the day right now. All right, we're tied at 4, and we're going to move into rack number 9. Jason Klatt the break. Could have been down by 2. Instead, he's tied up. Lost the cue ball on that one, though. And Johnny Baptiste will have a chance on this rack. Absolute smash, but lost the cue ball. A really decent break, too. So, Johnny will get a ball in hand behind the line, and he'll take a look at his options. So he's figured them out. All right, so draw back here for the 5. Perfectly lined up for that 4 ball to the corner. He can make the 1 ball if he wants to also. Takes the 1, gets a little straight on the 4 now. Got options here to follow this up for the 6, or to just slightly roll it up for the 2 ball. You might have enough for a draw to get it right past that 12 ball also. So he's just held it there for the 2 ball. Got to do a little bit of cue ball maneuvering here. He's got to come off 2 rails to get onto the 6. Perfect shot. Nice follow through angle here on the 6 for the 7 ball. That should make the 7 Perfect for the setup on the 8. Couple of rails here for the 8 ball. Makes 8 to the corner and completes that run out. Got the lead again. Off his opponent's break. And now he's got a chance to, once again, get a 2-game lead in the matchup. Earl McIver, how you doing, man? John Blakeney, welcome to the stream. Leo Paskaman, welcome back. Stephen Valley, how you doing? Thomas Nolan. David de los Reyes, bienvenido, welcome. Gene Peacock says, I like the random rack with 2 moves format. I've never seen that before. Good idea. Yeah, it originally, like, I don't know where it came from originally, but the first time I originally seen it was in Calgary for the Q Sports Live $10,000 invitational. And $10,000 added invitational. And I thought it was a good format. I really enjoyed it. And then when I went back this time around, I touched base about that format, and I told Grant, I said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use this format when I go back to Winnipeg for one of my bigger events. And here we are. We're using it. Take a look at that break, but he made 2 stripes on a solid, meaning that he will be stripes in this one. And this is the thing about the random rack and the 2 move system is you never know what you're gonna get. This table looks a little bit challenging, but it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. It's just the opening shot really that's more or less the challenge on this one. Other than that, you're kind of okay on this table. What's up, Desiree Church? Jeffrey Bartholomew, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Steve Mason, Glenn Murray, Jesse Dame, welcome, guys. What a great shot that was. For an opening shot, it presented itself a little bit challenging, I suppose, but not challenging at all for Johnny Baptiste. Now he's got a table that he can work with. Got options for either or. Gonna take the 11 ball. Uh-oh. Head scratcher, this one. Slightly out of position. Now, making this 13 ball is not going to be a problem, but the cue ball is going to push up towards that 6 ball, and that's going to be a problem. He's got to push into the 6 ball with some skill. He's got to be precise here. He needs to just skim the side of the 6 ball so he has a back cut on the 10. Well, he pushed it over a little bit more and committed to trying to make the 10 ball in the other pocket instead. I was thinking bottom right. He's looking at bottom left. And from here, he might be able to get the shape on the 14 ball also. It's kind of like the hardest way to finish this table with that layout that he had, but it actually makes a lot of sense. It all kind of comes together for the finish. Oh, and look at that. He just drew it off the cushion instead. Perfect for the 14. Just got to figure out the shape for the 8 ball now, and that's what he's doing. Gentle bounce off the rail. Nice cue ball control. Makes the 8 for the 2-game lead. He's heating up. Nice little check off the rail here with some draw for the 14 ball. Good old kiss roll. Keep it simple, stupid. Chris Stralin, how you doing? Marcella, welcome back. Paulo Valverde, welcome to the stream. Joe Cave, welcome back. Bill Martinez, how you doing? Kathy Secret says, I like the rack system too. Yeah, it's really good. It's different, right? I mean, you're so used to the different styles of rules and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to rules like that, usually it's all kind of generic, and this is something a little bit different, right? And it adds a little bit extra. So take what you make is one thing, but the two move racking system, adds a little bit extra to that. It makes it a complete package. It's like the left right punch, the 1-2 punch. And I'm not sure how these guys feel about it, but we're going to ask these guys at the end, the two finalists, how they felt about the rules today. Now, I'm going to give you guys a chance here to kind of maybe come up with a question. What would you guys ask the winner of the King of the Hill today? What is the question that you want to know from that player that wins it? What is the one thing you would ask this player after enduring a full day of playing against the best players in Winnipeg, the best players in Manitoba, and the best players in Canada? Playing against some of those players and having your stressful moments and your graceful moments. What would you ask them? For me, usually I ask them, who was your toughest opponent? Who gave you the hardest run at the table? Who made you sweat? That's usually my number one question. Today I'm going to ask them about the rules. But what would you ask the winner of the King of the Hill today? Lisa Van Dam, how you doing? David Twig, welcome back. Jonathan Kaskaman, how you doing? Says hello there. Zachary Warrington, how you doing? Welcome back. How tired am I? I'm pretty tired, Gene. I should have. There was a lot of things that I needed to get done, and there was a lot. Like, I don't know. I guess I could have. I could have kept things simple for the stream, but I don't know how to keep things simple. And when it comes to the King of the Hill, to me, that's like one of my babies. It's like the Tournament of Champions, which I'll be posting about that soon right away. Also, but the Tournament of Champions is one of my babies, right? And they got a soft spot for me. So whenever I have these events, I put a little extra efforts in, and there was a lot of graphic work to be done for this one, especially as I kept developing my creativity throughout the night. I'm one of those, I don't know, I just get inspired as I go. I start off with an idea, and then the idea spins off another idea, and then another idea. And then what I start off with, I end up erasing and coming up with something totally different. And that's kind of the process that I went through last night. Also, the reason why I'm so tired. I tried to put in a good 4 hours sleep, though. I did my best. I'm probably going to be tired tomorrow, too, because I got to come back and stream for the Sunday Open 8-ball tournament. Should be a gooder. Floyd Slice, how you doing? Mitchell, Malcolm, how you doing? I'm going to let this chill here for a second. I'm going to take a little walk around, go do some updates. I'll be right back, find out what the scores are at. By the way, if you haven't liked and shared the stream, you can do it now. Good time for it. Some of the best players in Canada right now on the TV table. One was number 5 forever. The other one was number 5 as well. I have no idea where they're at right now, but they're both up there in the top 10. Top 10 in Canada playing on the table right now. Like and share. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Whew. Lost my breath on that one, man. Running around the room a little bit. All right, so Joey and Jeremy, the 13-year-old or 12-year-old from Evanflow against Jeremy Hansen. They're at 5-6 for Jeremy. He's in the lead by 1 with the kid at the table right now, so they could be at 6 all. Ryan Soliveld and Jeff Clare, the score is currently 6-1 for Jeff. Larry Hunter and Derek Quincy, the score is currently 6-2 for Larry. And I missed who won that last one. Klatt? Oh, it was Klatt. We're tied at 6. Score's been updated. Rack number 12 is in. We're moving into rack number 13 out of a possible 25. Klatt has found his way back into an even match. He's breaking in rack number 13. Smash and break. Looks like the 5's going in. And a nice little spread on this table. Just the 5 ball went in, but what a nice layout. Extra kick on the cue ball there, as you guys seen on the screen. He's got a starting point anyway. And not really any breakouts. It's kind of more or less positional play. Things get a little bit trickier, I guess, when it comes down to the 6 and the 3, but he'll solve that puzzle right away. Likely going to start with a 2 ball here. He could start with the 6 technically if he really wanted to, because he's got the perfect angle on the 6 right now to get out of the way. That would open up the table completely, and the cue ball will come off 2 rails towards where that 10 is, giving him a shot on the 4 and or the 2. I don't think you want to start with that kind of crazy shot though. That's why I feel like the 2 ball might be the one. I was gonna say the 4, but I'm not sure if the 4 goes to the side from there. It looks like it does, but you know, my eyes deceive me sometimes. From this angle, it looks like it goes for sure. So the 4 ball will be a good starting point. He will indeed start with the 4. Options for the 2 or the 1. I believe the 7 might be an option also, but that's not what he's looking at. There's either the 2 or the 1. If he was straighter on the 1 will be helpful, but so the 2 ball is going to help him to get a little bit straighter on that 1. And now this is where he's got to be kind of careful on his planning. He's got to roll this up perfectly for the 6 ball or for the combination if that's the way he's going to play it. Uh-oh. Came up short, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe he was playing shape for the 7 ball, because the 7 ball is available with a fall through angle to get all the way on top of this 6 and 3. If he gets on either or, he'll be okay. Is the cue ball to slow down though? Oh no. Only spot he didn't want to end up being on, he ended up finding. He's tied up to the 6. Playing safety, trying not to leave a whole lot to work with, but he's giving him a lot. Basically, if you just give him a shot, you're giving him a lot. He's definitely giving him a shot here on this table. A small area of concern, I guess. 13 and the 14, but they do go as a combo. Start off with the 11 ball. Got a few different options here. Wonder if he's gonna try to break out those 2 balls or if he's just gonna set up for the combo. To me, it makes sense just to set up for the combo in this situation, considering the layout of the table. Yeah, see, it just made more sense. And he's got a nice little fall through angle here, too, to play it, get shape for the next ball. 14 ball is going to kind of stick to the rail here a little bit. He hits it with a little bit extra pace to come up. Now he's got the 14 for a follow up because of it, which I'm assuming was all part of the plan. No wrong way to finish here. Just for the 1 or the 10. Or the 1, the 9, I mean. The 1 or the 10. What am I talking about? Yeah, I've only had 4 hours sleep. Let me be. You guys are lucky I'm not snoring right now. I mean, how could I, though, with all this great action going down right now? Good pace to come back for the 10 ball. Little drawback here for the 8 ball. That says that's good. Johnny will take the lead. Take a peek at our other table here. Side. Oops, wrong one. To go to the next one, sorry. This one here. We're not using the one on the middle here because it's too close to the seating area. These guys didn't want to have any interference. Player shooting at the table. You had a lead of 6-1. I'm not sure where they're at now. It could be 6-2. It could be 7-1. It could be 6-3. The way these guys play, never know. It doesn't take them a lot to run a table out. Back to our main TV table now. Check out Johnny's break. Hit a stripe. Not a bad break. All the angles here. He's got stripes, so the only problem ball he's got here is the 13 ball because it's tied up to the 3. Gonna start off with the 12. Has different options, but he's gonna start off with the 12. His main focus, I feel like right now, is trying to get onto that 13 ball. I feel like that's what he's gonna be trying to do, and I feel like I'm right. I feel like this was the setup for that. Then the 9 ball would be the escape shot. Rub a little bit, perfect little touch shot there to get it open. And he could maybe take the 9 ball, but he's going to want to take the 15 ball now. He might have it there. I don't know. I can't quite tell. It looks to me like he's got the 9, but you wouldn't want to take the 9 ball at this situation. Most of these top players kind of think the same, and I feel like he's just going to take that 15 ball out of the way. Maybe try to play shape for the 12 ball from here. And that's what he's done. He's got to be careful here because he's got to carve out this table sort of now. Shape on the 9 is going to be key. Not a little bit too far, so he's going to have to take the 13 ball. Perhaps that was the plan, though. Maybe he was never considering trying to set up for the 9 ball. I was thinking 9 to the top right corner. The way he's playing it, it makes me feel like he actually wanted to play it the way that he's playing it right now. The choice was definitely a lot more efficient than the way I was looking at it. Good control there. He was trying to get it set up for the side, but he's going to have the option to go side or corner. Go side. And he'll make it. Takes a 2-game lead back. 8-6. They got peek on Larry Hunter right now. He was in the lead a little earlier. Not sure how good he's doing, but this table's looking like a good finish for him. They're playing a song in the background, Eye of the Tiger. He's a really good player from Ebb and Flow as well. Go back to our main TV table. Back over here for rack number 15. And he's made a solid off the break. Therefore, he's shooting solids. It's take what you make. There are 8 players left in the tournament, Robert. And those players are Jeff Clare, Ryan Soliveld, Derek Plinsey, Larry Hunter, Johnny Baptiste, Johnny Klatt, or Jason Klatt, who are playing here on the TV table, and Joey Bolio from Evan Flow, and Jeremy Hansen from Winnipeg. Those are all the players that are left right now in the tournament. I'll show you guys a quick glance here at the draw so you guys can take a peek while he's figuring things out. These are the players. There's the brackets. So the winner of Jeff Clare and Ryan Soliveld will face the winner of this TV table. The winner of Larry Hunter and Derek Quinsey will play against the winner of Jeremy Hansen and Joey Bolio. Joey Bolio. Nice little setup here for the quarterfinals. And the semifinals should be interesting as well. We have a 13-year-old still playing in the quarterfinals right now, and he's looking to maybe get into the first semifinal of the King of the Hill ever for him. Never played in this event before. This will be the absolute first time. You're going to get the proper safety. Looks like it was a pretty good response. Goes for the bank, and what a bank shot that was. Shots fired. He stared at it, man, like he was feeling the song, and he just pulled the trigger on it. If you guys are not watching on YouTube and you would like to still support the work that I do, maybe you guys can go to YouTube, click on the link on the post here, Go to the YouTube channel and maybe subscribe to my channel. Help me get up there. I need 1,000 subscribers apparently. I look at them and say, I don't need 1,000 subscribers. I just need to do what I love, man. But they tell me I need 1,000. So if I really want to do what I love, they said I need 1,000. Same thing with other platforms, man. They're kind of annoying. You need 1,000 viewers or 1,000 followers to be able to do anything nowadays. I guess it's a lot easier to have 1,000 followers now than it would have been back in, like, say, the 1930s, 1940s. Can you imagine having 1,000 people following you around everywhere? Now you can have 1,000 followers in your phone in your back pocket. I think I was only like at 24 subscriptions, so I'm only about 1,900 or 900 away. 900 and what is that? 76. I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. It's off the top of my head. And timely miss there from Klatt. And Johnny's going to have a chance to be able to go up 3 racks now. I mean, he still has to earn it. There's definitely a lot of work to be done here on this table, but after making 1 or 2 key shots, this table's wide open. There's one. That was a nice little shot also, just to push it through like it did. He actually has a pretty good angle here that he might be able to use to crash into this 14 and 12. So I don't know if you really want to do that. They might be lined up. Looks like they might be lined up for the side, so you might just leave them alone. I don't know, man. I don't play with fire, so usually for me, I'll try to make sure I go the secure route the way that I should be going. I feel like Johnny and I have similar styles of play, and then we'll see. He's going to be having to take that 15 ball now. He's not in any serious danger per se, but he's in a situation where, like, this shot really, really counts. What he does here is the difference between him winning or losing this rack. And him winning or losing this rack is huge right now. 2-game difference is no big deal for these guys at this level. 3 to 4 game difference, and then you start making your opponent sweat a little bit. So, key shot coming up here. Not making it, but the positional leave on the cue ball after the shot. That's what matters here. Uh-oh. Gonna have a bit of a challenge now. He's in tight here. Now, there is a bit of a solution here. You could try to play it safe on him. You have these blockers, the 14, the 12 as blockers, the 13 as a blocker. Yeah, the 9 ball is the only ball you can access. But you can maybe just hit that 9 ball, play it safe, use those 3 balls as blocker. He's going to have to try to do a jumper, I'm going to say, to get onto that 4 ball, which might give you the chance to be able to have a following shot after that. Unless your opponent ends up making the shot that, hoping he doesn't make. I wonder if he can maybe use the 11 ball. I think that's 11. I said 13 earlier. I wonder if he can just grace off the 11 ball and use these other 2 stripes as blockers and just push the 11 ball to get a little closer to that 4. That's another option too. Got a nice little wall. He just has to be precise on where he leaves that cue ball. And he can make this 9 ball no problem, but it just doesn't benefit him to do it. He's got a plan, and I'm not sure what that plan is. He's not happy with the result, though, I'll tell you that much. So this was not part of the plan. Like, I'm kind of crazy here, but I'm thinking if this combination goes, man, I would just kick it off the side rail here for the combo. The side. He's gonna play it this way though. Trying to play safe. That works out. I don't think it was intentional for that 8-ball to go the way it did, but that works. He was just trying to make that 4, come back, and I think he was trying to get behind the 8-ball to lock it up behind the 8-ball. Instead, he ran into the 8-ball and pushed it towards that corner pocket, which in return kind of blocks the bank here and it's put Klatt into a difficult position with this cue ball. He knows this is a crucial point in the match too, so he's going to really try to work this out here. Two options here. You can try to bank this 3-ball towards that 14 and lock it up, or you can try to maybe just bank this 3-ball out of the way, put the cue ball on the left side so that 14 is pointing towards the 8-ball, and then hopefully use that 3-ball to block the other 2 stripes. Those are the only 2 options that I see here. He decides to do. Now, another thing is you guys can see here that the 3-ball is off the rail. So if it was on the rail, then he can maybe spin his way into the shot. Because it's off the rail, it makes it a little bit more difficult. He opted to try to bank that 3-ball in tight to the 8. And that's an option that I never would have considered. But it might be an option that actually worked. All depends though, because Johnny has a chance here to be able to lock him up anyway. So Johnny doesn't have to do anything crazy. All he's got to do is just play a safety and try to force the ball in hand out of him. He just has to figure out the safety that makes the most sense. And I feel like the 11 ball would be 11 and the 12 breaking them out. Breaking them apart is what makes the most sense. Calling something. All the 12 to the corner, playing the safety. I like that. That's a smart shot. He's forced him in a bad spot because now, like, normally you would just say, I'll just jump this shot. But because the 8-ball's sitting over the pocket, you can't really do that. And I think he's left enough of the 14 in the way where you can't even try to cross-bank this 3-ball. So he's almost more or less forced to almost masse this shot because the jump is too dangerous. Yeah, he's going to have to try to tie things up. So he's going to push that 14 ball up, try to make it part of the mess. Needs to get around and in front of that 3-ball just like that. That was a beautiful reply too, man. I mean, he's taking away that 14 ball now because if he left it on the left side of that 3, Johnny just makes a 14 ball with the ball in hand and he's good. But that was smart. Smart enough where it's going to make Johnny kind of think about it first. Decide what he's going to do. He needed the perfect weight here to get around that 3-ball and he got it perfect. Johnny will just bank that 14 ball. And he's got the shot on the 11 ball now, or the 12. A good effort from Klatt there to try to hold that rack, but it's going to be an effort that came up short. Although it looks like Johnny has just hooked himself on the 8 ball. So maybe it didn't come up short. Maybe he will have a chance after all in this rack. Time to figure out if Johnny can kick this shot or not. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Yeah, drop that ball in there, man. What a shot. Perfect little weight, too, man. The beauty. Takes a 3-game lead. Earned the way into that one. Lynn MC, how you doing? Dave Simpson, how you doing? Arlene Mann, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Said, wow, that's great. A teenager is playing. Yeah, and you don't like you're not going to see a lot of teenagers getting into these kind of tournaments because usually it's like all top-notch players. But this kid, he's special, man, and he belongs in this pack. He knows it. I know it, and everybody that's ever played him that lost to him knows it. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm telling you, I'm one of those people. He trashed me and embarrassed me on the TV table once. It was only once though. Smash and break needs something to go in though, and it looks like it's going to be a dry break. And a great opportunity here for Klatt, who's trailing by 3. Bob McCandless, how you doing? Ryan Mod, what's up, man? Chris Cook, welcome to the stream. Jerry Trapp, how you doing? Lynn says watching. Tim Upchurch, Scott Honeycutt, welcome to the stream. What's up, Kelsey McLean? Tommy Serbo, what's up, man? Warren Saffel, welcome to the stream. Hi, Linda. Virgil Smith, welcome to the stream. Oh, we're into rack number 16. Possible 25 racks in a match. Makes the 6 to open up the 2-ball. A little bit unfortunate there to end up having to shoot over the ball on the 7-ball. Doesn't necessarily have to do it, but I feel like he's going to have not much of a choice. The other option here is to kick the 2-ball, which is not going to help him for shape. What could maybe help here is if you do a back cut on the 3-ball to the bottom right corner, and then using the angle to be able to run into that 8-ball slightly to hold shape for the 1. But because you're shooting over the ball, I'm not sure you want that. Decides to follow it through. He was going to the back cut though. He's gonna miss the shot, and Johnny's gonna have a chance to be able to get a 4-game lead now. He's on fire, man. Looking to give anybody chances. And this could have easily have been a King of the Hill championship match. These guys actually met up in 2019 for the King of the Hill 9-ball at Bourbon Street. So they have a little bit of history behind each other. On that day, the day that they met at the table, it had been a long day. And I remember seeing Johnny was exhausted, man, but he did everything in his power to try to just keep playing the way he'd been playing all day long. But eventually the fatigue just set in, man, and I think it was just too much. He, a couple of mistakes here and there, turnover opportunities for Klatt, and Klatt dominated that match at the end and every opportunity that he could. And he ended up, I think it was 15-8 or 15-9, something like that for the final score. It was quite a while ago, though, back in 2019. And they haven't met since, so it's kind of like the revenge of that day, if Johnny can pull through here on the match. A close match so far, right from the beginning. But we now have a 3-game difference. And, well, we'll see if he can keep putting the pressure on as he goes along here in rack number 16. Couple of problem areas here. 12 ball is one, 14's another, then the 11 ball. Eric Corvison in the building. It's unfortunate he got knocked out. I thought we were going to see him going against Klatt in the semifinal because they're two of the best players in Canada. And Eric played an incredible match there against Jeff Clareman. It was a beautiful match. He just got robbed at the end. He almost had the perfect window for a bank side on the 8 ball, and instead that stripe rolled up in front of that pocket, took away the bank side, left him nothing. It was absolute robbery. He deserved a better fate than that because he was playing really well in the tournament. When he calls a save, that will come back to the table. Dagoberto Varela, bienvenido, welcome to the stream. David Long, how you doing? John Dillon from Winnipeg, what's up, man? Tom Carley, welcome to the stream. King of the Hill, winner take all. 1,600 for first. Not sure what he's contemplating here. I think he's got to take that 15 and set up for the angle on the break over the 13. May not have to be a breakout at all, actually. See what he chooses to do. He could just play shape instead of breaking out. That's a different way of doing it, but that way works. He's gotten that ball a little bit more in the open, and I feel like he's got a decent shot on the 11. I don't know if he can make it or not, though. Looks like like from this angle, looks like he's got the face of the ball, but it looks like maybe the 4 ball slightly in the. Yeah, you can see it. Camera angle was a little deceiving on that one. Got the perfect shape for the 12, and he's got a good angle to come across for the 13. Problem is that he needs to actually draw back off the rail gently because he needs to get a forward angle on this 13 to be able to go out for the 10. And he's almost more or less stuck taking this 12 ball. He doesn't really have any other options here right now. I think you have to kind of punch draw this a little bit of bottom right. 5 o'clock. With a bit of a punch draw, so you just draw back perfect with an angle. Not sure what he was doing there. Came up short though. And Klatt gets a huge break here. Could have been down by 4. Now he's got second life in this match. Trying to open things up here with the 5 and the 3. 5 ball almost went in, but it stayed over the pocket. 7 ball's in a funny spot, so we're going to have to address that. And we're going to have to address that real soon. Should be going for it now, to be honest, but he may still want to end up on it, finish on it. I don't think I want to finish on the 7 myself. Yeah, he's not going to do it. This makes more sense to get rid of it ahead of time. Perfect weight on it, enough to be able to draw back here and get a little bit of angle off it as well. Get a little bit closer to that 8 ball. Easy 8 to the side. Gonna get him back on the scoreboard. 7-9. He's down by 2. I was going to check up on Larry's game, but we'll check up on Jeff's game instead, since he's at the table right now. It was a 6-1 match at one point between those guys, and I don't know, something tells me that maybe these guys are back into a battle now. Perhaps Ryan's gone in a bit of a roll. Another great player here, Jeff player. Always a favorite in the King of the Hill. Oh, we're gonna move along here. Rack 17, trailing by 2. Jason Klatt to break. Makes the 7 to the side. And that means he's going to be shooting low ball or solids. Take what you make. 7 goes into the side. So solids it is. I will be right back. I'm going to go do a run to go find out what the scores are at. And yeah, give me a couple minutes. I got to get a water too. All right, I'm back. 9-7 is the score. So just a quick update on the matches. Jeff is up 10-3, I believe, against Ryan Soloveld, Jeff Clare, Ryan Soloveld. Jeremy Hansen has defeated Joey Bolio, and the score on that one was 13-6, I believe. And Larry Hunter and Derek Quincy are currently playing. The score is 11-3 for Larry. Some good matchup so far. Like Johnny's gonna have to do a jump shot here on this one. I missed it, but he made the shot. I was trying to look at my phone. All right, let's see. I gotta switch things up a little bit here. I'm kind of all over the place. Oh, he's gonna miss that shot to the corner. Not good. What's up, Junior? How you doing, man? Jerry Kayan says, "Hey there, Rodman. Tuning in late. How you doing, Jerry? Oh, you kind of tuning in at the perfect time, man. We're at the quarterfinals of this King of the Hill winner take all tournament. 8 players remaining. 4 players remaining after this round. Winner take all means only one man can take all the money today. And we got a beautiful check for these guys. I'll show you guys the check in a little bit. Maybe after this match is done, real quick, I'll show you guys the check." Bing Lunky says, "Hello. What do you rank top 3 Canadian male pool players today in Canada?" Oh man, that's a really tough question. I had to put Stephen Holm in one of those top 3. He's just the way he's playing right now is just he's almost unstoppable. Oh man, tough to say. Honestly, there's so many great players, man. I got a chance to meet so many incredibly talented players out in Calgary for the Esports Live $10,000 added invitational event that just went by in August, and I got to see some incredible players, man. Tough to say who the top 3 in Canada are, but I know that Stephen Holm would definitely be one of them. Oh man, it's really tough to say. I want to say that like Shannon Ducharme is still one of them, but he hasn't been playing in a long time. And I know that every time he picks up the cue, he's still just as good. But if he was playing like he used to play, he would definitely be one of the top in Canada. After that, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place, man. To say who the best is in Canada, even that's kind of tough to do. You can almost generalize the top 10, and that's about as best as you can do. It's tough, you know. You can't say like this guy is the best and that guy is not because there's so many great great players out there, and I think a lot of it just comes down to like what table, who's on what table, whatever, and how they're feeling that day. Looks like these guys are in a standstill, so we'll go over to Jeff's table real quick. We'll check out over here, see what's going on in this matchup. Him and Ryan are in a bit of a battle, but it's more or less Jeff's battle to win right now because he's in a lead. Johnny has gone outside for a quick cigarette break. So while he's doing that, maybe I'm going to bring down the scoreboard real quick so you guys know that it's a different match. It's not the same match. Bring down the scoreboard for a second. And I'm going to go get a water real quick. And we'll leave it here. Jeff clears at the table. He's in the lead against Ryan Soliveld. A-side quarterfinal matchup. I will be right back. Just waiting for Johnny to come back, and then we're going to resume the match. That one's done there. Well, they're not done, but that rack is done. We'll go a little bit further up. Or no, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's check out Ryan's break. Check out Ryan's break real quick. Lost the cue ball. Seems like he's just not getting the rolls on that table, man. Go to the next table here, just further down a little bit. We got Larry Hunter at the table. He was at 11-3 in his matchup. It could be 11-4 right now, or it could be 12-3. If he's at 12, he's obviously shooting for the match right now. Now, Larry's been one of those guys that's never won the King of the Hill yet. But he's had to fight some of the toughest players along the way every time he's played in the King of the Hill. It was no different for him today, but it seems like he's in his mode because he's shooting lights out and he's looking comfortable at the table here in this matchup with 8 to 9 game lead. He missed that shot though. And his opponent, Derek Quincy, will come to the table. We're still waiting for Johnny to come back so we can resume. That's why I don't have the scoreboard up right now, because there's no point. Players are allowed to break halfway through the match, which would normally be rack 13. These guys are in 17 racks. They're going to be going into rack 18 right away, so Johnny's waited long enough. He earned that cigarette break. And he's been in a tough battle. I'm surprised he's only going out on his first cigarette break. Quincy trying to get back in that match, one rack at a time. Lots of people here in the building too. If you guys are looking for action, man, all sorts of money players here. Come on down. Action's welcome. Well, while we're waiting for Johnny, I guess we'll go do the bracket. Let's do it. Let's do it. So Jeremy Hansen wins that game against the young Joey Bolio. And he'll find himself and the semifinal matchup. Waiting for the rest of the matches to finish. All the other matches are ongoing right now. Johnny's back. And so is the scoreboard. 9-8. It's a 1-game difference. 17 racks in. We're now going to move into rack number 18. Johnny Baptiste to break. Leading by 1. He was once leading by 3, so this one kind of matters. It's important. He needs to hold his 2-game lead here. Holding a 2-game lead at this level is basically only guaranteeing you a chance to get to the hill. That's all. Holding a 3-game lead might get you the win. 4-game lead will get you there comfortably. Smash and break. See what he made. Well, he's got a big problem here with that 2-ball, but he can get it out right now with that 4, and he's going to try to do that right now. Kind of played it in a way where he can set up for the 1 and then the 5, which is the other problem area that he had at the table. Ah, smart. Open up the 5-ball a little bit more by playing that shot that way. I like that shot. That was creative. Take a look at it again. It's simple, you know, simple billiard, but a very effective one. I'm surprised. Oh no, I'm not surprised. I thought he was gonna try to play shape or something at the top, but I'm surprised that he wasn't playing shape for the 5-ball. But he was. He was playing it for the side pocket instead of the corner pocket, the way that I was thinking. Got a good angle here on the 7-ball to be able to set up for the 3. You can see the 3 goes past the 8, no problem. You can see the angle's a little bit sharper than it looks like from here. But shouldn't be a challenge for Johnny, and it is not. Makes the 3. Easy on the 8. Klatt says we're good. Scrap the table. Rack number 18 is in the books. Johnny gets his 2-game lead back. John Monkman in the building. All the juniors in the building now. All these guys grew up playing pool together back in the day in the golden era of pool here in Manitoba. And now they find themselves all gathering at the hangar, catching up on the years. And it looks like Larry Hunter has won his match against Derek Quincy. And it looks like Jeff Clare won his match against Ryan Solveld. We will update the bracket after this rack. Matt Parker, how you doing? Joe Cave says, didn't Jason Klatt used to play on the Pro Tour? Yeah, and he was playing for a while, but then I think COVID came, and then he just kind of reset it from there. He was playing in a lot of tournaments here in Winnipeg for a while also, and then he stopped doing that, and he just kind of got focused on other things. But now he's been playing again, so he might be back in form. Jerry Cajun says, John Mora, Alex Pagulayan, and Stephen Holm. Yeah, maybe that's probably about the order, I'd say, because you can't say like Alex Pagulayan is look good. He's still really good. He's got a really nice touch to his game still. And John Mora, well, he's always going to be like the top guy. And even though I feel like him and Steven, if they went toe to toe, it would be like anybody's day on either day, meaning that they will both kind of go back and forth depending on the day and how they wake up. So yeah, those top three, I like those top three. I've always felt like, we have a couple of guys here like Jeff Klatt, Jeff Clare. I keep trying to mix up the names. Jeff Clare, Johnny Baptiste, Larry Hunter. I feel like all these guys are guys that can be up there as well. But it's tough to get up there in the top, man. And a lot of the thing that separates all of these guys from being the number one versus actually being the number one is the experience, right? So you can say like, let's say for example, Holm is the best player in the world, or not the best player in the world, the best player in Canada. But when you look at the experience that, say, John Mora has, now you're thinking, well, John Mora should be because he's got way more experience and he can handle pressure in a different way. Then you look at, Pagalayan and you're saying, well, Pagalayan's more experienced than Mora, so Pagalayan should be the guy on top. He should be number one. So it's kind of like a back and forth. I feel like Steven's right there, though. Just the way he's playing, man. His game has transformed over the last few years, and it's become monstrous and dangerous at the same time. I like those three, Jerry. That's a good pick. Chris Mason says John Mora, Alex Pagalayan. You didn't pick a third one, though. Tate Palmer, how you doing? Albert Tillman, welcome to the stream. Glenn Murray, how you doing? Grant Henderson says Alex is on his way to Atlanta to play T-Rex one pocket match for 100,000 each. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like Alex is a gambler. He's got tons of experience playing in big sets for a lot of money. So he's up there. He's got to be up there. I feel like maybe him and John Moore are kind of a tie. Maybe that's why they always represent Canada, because they're both like equally as good. But I feel like Stephen Holm should be in that conversation. Though experience-wise, he shouldn't be. But skill-wise, knowledge-wise, and talent-wise, he should be. Absolutely. Trevor says Chris Mason, Trevor Hychek, and Jason Drake and Mitch DuPont. That's your top four. Well, we're only asking for top three, so you're pushing out of the top four. You got to push one of them out, and I'm betting it's not going to be you. Kane Kennedy, how you doing? Alina Hool, welcome to the stream. Desiree Church says smokers always taking breaks. I know, man. What's up with these guys? They can't even handle a 3-hour match without a smoke break. What's wrong with them? Guillermo Matute, bienvenido, welcome. Wes Kaplan, Len Peters, welcome to the stream. Robert Morgan, welcome. Jeff Jensen, Billy Ricker, what's up, bro? Yeah, Holm, that's your third pick. Yeah, I find like Holm has to be in the conversation in one of the top three. But like Joe Spence isn't too far behind Holm. I feel like they're kind of around the same. But Holm's a little bit further than Spence right now. He's got the maturity at the pro level already, kind of down packed. And what I mean by maturity at the pro level is the way they handle pressure at the pro level and how they deal with the situations, whether they're up or down at the table at the pro level. And I feel like Holm has the best grip on what's going on at the table. He's not affected so much about who he's playing against. And I don't think Joseph is really affected that much by it either, but he's kind of in his growing pains right now. So anytime that you get to a certain point of the match, you start getting a little bit excited because you're thinking, well, if I win this one, I'm going to go to this point. And I feel like that's where he's still kind of at, and he needs to find a way to just get over that and just perform. And when he does that, I think Joseph Spence is going to be just as good as Stephen Holm competing in the pro level. I think that's what separates Holm from everyone else, is that he's got that really good reset that no matter what's going on the table, he just tries to stay composed, always believes that he has a chance, and he plays like he always has a chance. Jerry Cajun says sponsors make a big difference in this call. It's not cheap to tour. Not everyone can make the tour. And that's right. That's a big difference too. Not everybody can afford it, right? So one of the biggest things, one of the hardest things for a lot of players in this now age or this current age is finding a way to afford to travel and play. It's getting more expensive to travel. It's getting a lot more expensive to rent hotel rooms, and food ain't getting any cheaper. So sponsors are key. And if you don't have sponsors, well, you're limited to the things that you can do, the opportunities that you can get. one of the things about like John Mora and Alex Pagulayan is that they built up through the years of experience and battling at the tables. They've built up a reputation that's so strong that they have sponsors lined up for the end of the career. That's something that these other guys need to kind of do. They need to get recognized a little bit more, make some more noise at the national level, and then eventually those sponsors will fall in line as well. And I'm sure some of these guys are already getting offered sponsors, but I gotta feel like they're kind of picky about who they're gonna work with for sponsors. And I'm not saying they are picky. I'm just assuming that they would be, because when you're that good and you got people approaching you for sponsorships, you don't want to lock yourself up in a deal with somebody and then eventually have to turn down a better opportunity because you locked yourself up in that deal, thinking that was going to be the only deal, and then you get a better one, right? So a lot of guys are kind of careful as far as their sponsors, but they usually don't turn down the sponsors, and they're always grateful for every sponsor that they get. So yeah, that's a big difference, man. And as far as whether or not you can make it in the tour, travel, and get that experience, sponsorship or money. Gabriel Cienfuegos, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Bienvenido. Bruce Sharp, welcome. Brent Babcock says nobody seems to go after Brady Golan for the dough. And Brady was one of those guys that they always talked about. He's a great player, and I know he's a great player still. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't understand why his name's not really thrown out there. When you talk about good players in Canada, his name always comes up, and that's whether it's pool or snooker. It doesn't matter. His name always comes up. Kelly Saunderson, how you doing, bro? Jello Mags, what's up? Darlene Maines, Dan Anderson, welcome, guys. Then tight on this one. Gonna be a bank. Gonna have to be. Oh, and he missed it. Oh no. Oh no. And now Klatt will have a chance to be able to get within one. All the other matches are done now. We're going to be moving into the semifinal now, next after this. We will stop the stream and I will come back with another stream and it's going to be labeled the semifinals. And then the championship match might just follow up on that, or I might take it to a new stream. That I don't know yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. We're down to 5 players though. 3 have moved on to the semifinals. One of these 2 here is going to do the same after this match. Welcome back, John Guffey. Donski Yapkaru, welcome to the stream. Well, he's got an option here to be able to play that 10 ball to use that forward angle to break out the 14 off the rail. I don't think he's going to pass up on it. He's got a nice angle here to pop this to the side and go up table or down table on our screen, then back into that 15. He can actually use this instead of trying to break out the 14. He can just play above it and just settle for the shot to the top right corner. I actually like that a lot better. Yeah, that's what he decided to do there too. He didn't want to be over the ball though. That wasn't part of the plan. But I like the idea. A little bit more controlled. Allows you to be a little bit more relaxed when you're shooting. Oh no, and he hits the horn. He didn't like shooting over the ball, man. And it's unlikely to see these guys get into that kind of situation where they're going to both have a miss at the table. But that's exactly what's happened. And now Johnny, who could have been just ahead by 1, will have a chance to get ahead by 3. If he can get to the 8 ball. Ooh, nice little touch shot there. Hits the horn, avoids the scratch. Got position for the finish. And he will finish it. Takes a 3-game lead back. 11-8. And that was kind of a momentum swing right there. Kind of a momentum swing. Could have been a 1-game difference. Instead, he gets his 3-game lead back. If you guys haven't had a chance to share and like the stream yet, you can do it right now. Like and share the stream. Get some more people to tune in and watch this. I'm telling you, it's only going to get better throughout the day. There's going to be so many great matches coming up. You guys are going to be in for a treat in the semifinal and the championship match. Who will it be? Well, let's go over here and take a look at this. Let's set up our scenario while we're waiting. Why not? Why not, man? All right, so let's see. Larry Hunter won. Find himself in a match here against Jeremy Hansen. And let's see. Jeff Clare won. Move him here into the top semifinal bracket. Something like that. And so that leaves us down to this match here. Winner of this match plays against Jeff Clare. Which table do you guys want to watch next for the semifinal? I'll give you guys a choice. The winner of this table against Jeff Clare or Larry Hunter against Jeremy Hansen. Your choice. And don't forget, I asked you guys earlier, we're going to interview the final players here and ask them a couple of questions. I'm going to give you guys, the viewers, a chance to ask a question for today's champion. What would you ask the champion of this tournament? What do you want to know about what he has gone through today to become the champion? It could be anything, whatever you want. You can ask him who his favorite player is. Doesn't matter. Viewer's choice. We will ask a question from the viewers. First thing I'm going to ask myself is I'm going to ask them what they thought about the new rules. Then I'm probably going to ask them the same question that I asked every single time. Who was the hardest matchup they had in the entire day? Who had them sweating, making them feel like they were going to get eliminated? He's on the grind now. He needs to pick it up. That's good. See, he's slowing down a little bit here. Normally, he's been kind of fast-paced, just natural instinct. He knows what he's going to do. He knows where he wants to go. He's got a pretty good idea all the time what he's going to do. But when you're playing in a tournament like this, you have to really kind of slow down for key shots or key moments. And that was one of them right there. It was good that he kind of walked around and settled in a little bit. It allowed him to make the better choice. And he needed to win that one. He needed to stop the bleeding. 9 to 11 or 11 to 9, whichever way you want to look at it. Rack number 20 is in the book. A possible 25 games on the table. 20 of them are gone. We're down to the last 5. If you're in the market for something Predator, you can order it from cslipl.com. Here's a few examples of some of the stuff that you can order on our website. You can also order it through me. If you want to order through me, you can do that at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Whatever it is that you're looking for, any of the products, let me know. It will be a true pleasure to be able to help you out with whatever it is you're looking for. CSLIPL.com. Smash and break. He's going to make one of each. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he made one of each, right? Oh, he made 2 solids and a stripe. That's what it was. I guess we just look at the replay, figure it out that way, right? Smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. 2 solids and a stripe. Therefore, he's shooting solids. You'll open up with a 2 to the side. 2 different options here. Both the 1 and the 5 are tight, whichever way it goes on that one. 4-ball might be the better option, but position is going to be a little bit tougher with the 4. Unless you settle for a back cut on the 1, then it won't be so bad. He can maybe spin his way through past that rail and past the 10 ball to get straight on the 1. That would help. I have to go look at that side angle again. Yeah, I'm not sure he's got that though with that 4. The angle looks a little off. He might actually have to take this 5 ball. But what would you take next? I think you kind of leave that 7 for the end. Even though it's in a funny spot. I don't know though. It's so close to that 8 ball that once you make it, if you're not at a right angle on it, you're going to bump that 8 ball also. So maybe that 7 ball is not in a good spot at all. I don't know. I feel like I just play this 5, play the cue ball off the rail, run it back into the 14. That would line me up for the 4 ball. Then I will follow the 4 ball to get shape on the 1 ball to come up for the 7 ball. I think that's the way I would play it. He's shaping up for the 7 ball. He's got the 1 also if he wants to take it. He's got to consider here the 4 ball also, which is what he's looking at right now. A little bit of an angle, but he should be able to run towards that 15. I don't know if he wants to run into it. Maybe. I feel like I would, but I don't know. I'm kind of dangerous like that sometimes. Yeah, he ran into the 15. To me, that's what made the most sense, just because it will get you a little bit straighter on the 7 ball, and it will also allow you to get better shape for the 8 ball. It was kind of like the most important part of the puzzle, and he figured it out, but he almost hit that too hard. Oh, that almost became a problem. It did not, though, and he'll take rack number 21. $10 to 11 or 11 to 10, whichever way you want to look at it. It's a 1-game difference. If you're in the market for a table, check out the Predator Apex 7-footer. They also have them in 9 feet. I'll give you one of these ones here. 9-footer right there. And if you get that, well, you might as well invest and buy the lights, man. The Arena Billiard light is top notch. Absolute top notch. If you've never had a chance to see them live, the first time you do, you're never going to want to play under a different light again. You're always going to want the Predator Arena Billiard light. Rack number 22. It's a 1-game difference. The pressure is heating up. The shots are becoming crucial. The breaks are becoming crucial. Every decision is becoming crucial. Merlin Wandiska, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Chris Harrison, welcome. How do you put spin on the cue ball? Wants to know, Brent. Well, you know, that's Side spins, right? I can show you that after. What's up, Terry Daniels, Mike McKinney, welcome. Noi Dino Bongsith, did I say it? Welcome to the stream. Marvin Paulson, how you doing? Welcome. Leo Peskaman, welcome back. Robert Blackman, or Blackmon, welcome to the stream. Rack 22, out of a possible 25. 1 game difference, race to 13. Quarterfinal round. Winner here will be playing in the semifinal. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure which match to put on for the TV table. Really got to take his time here to work things out. As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we're at a crucial point in the match now. Things will start to get a little bit more serious at the table as the next couple of racks unfold. Almost came up short on the combination, but it goes in. Got an angle, a slight angle here on this 12, but not enough to be able to do something great with it. And I'm not sure he's going to want to take it just because it's kind of funny. Like, you can make the shot no problem, you can draw it back, but if you're trying to draw back for that 13, this shot actually becomes a bit of a problem. If he can make the 13 and come back down table and back up table for that 11 ball, that would be ideal for a finish. If not, he's got to draw back from this 12 ball to get onto that 13. And it needs to get a forward angle to be able to set up for the 11 ball, or at least a dry angle where he can stun draw for it. Uh-oh. I don't know if he's got a shot. He's taking a look. Can't tell from here. It looks like he might have it from here. Tough to tell, though. Now, the other thing about it is even if he does have it, he's got no control on that cue ball. He needs to lean on that 3 for the finish. Oh, he avoids a 3 ball. He makes a shot to the side. Hits it with a light pace. It's not too bad here. Oh, we all held our breath on that one, man. Including him. Makes the 8. He ties up the match. 11 all. Am I streaming on 2 YouTube channels? It shows me that I'm streaming on 2 YouTube channels, and I shouldn't be. Kerry Delgado, how you doing? Jimmy Ortiz, welcome. Tyler Laquette, what's up, man? Hermelinda Borges, bienvenido, welcome. Yeah, man, we're getting close to the end now. This is where we're at right now. You guys tell me who you guys want to watch on the TV table next. Larry Hunter versus Jeremy Hansen, or Jeff Clear against the winner of this TV table. Make your choice. I'm going to automatically lean towards the winner of this table and Jeff Clear, because the winner of this table and Jeff Clear, all of them have been there for the championships in the King of the Hill. So basically, that's our King of the Hill matchup. But this Larry Hunter and Jeremy Hansen matchup could be a really, really good, interesting close battle. And Larry Hunter is the master. So I always expect him to put up a good performance whenever he's on a TV table. What do you guys want to watch? I guess it all depends on who wins this match. He's looking good here on this table to get on the hill first. Part of the problem here is the 7 ball, but he's got a combination lined up where he can get the shape for the 7. He's got the options to leave that combination also and maybe just make the 4 ball and play a combination 6 to the 3 with a forward angle that will give him a better shot on the 2, or sorry, on the 7, I mean. It looks like the 6-3 is a go, but maybe it isn't. From this angle, it looks like it's not. Yeah, it looks like he's playing for the combo. He's got to follow this through and run into that 13 ball. Just slightly. Yeah, like that. Oh, didn't want that to drop though. Damn it, that changed everything for him now. He might take that 1 ball now instead and finish off on the 7. Had he not dropped that 6, he would have gone 7 first. Oh no, he's going to miss that shot just to hold the shape for the 7 ball. And Johnny Baptiste comes to the table, a chance to get on the hill first. You almost expect him to do it here, but there's still a little bit of work. 9 ball's what he's trying to figure out. What a matchup this has been so far. Jimmy Ortiz, how you doing? Dean Peacock says the last 2, we haven't seen them yet. Yeah, I kind of like that too. Kathy says Jeff and the winner. I think that would be a good matchup, honestly. I think both matches will be good. I wish I had side-by-side tables, but they're not quite set up that way here. Then I can do a picture-in-picture. Yes, they had to bump it over a little bit just to make sure that there wasn't any issues. Gotta watch the pace of the cue ball here. Hits it with a nice, perfect pace. Big stun draw here for the Epo in the top left corner. He's gonna set up for the Epo on the left side middle instead. I like that better anyway. It allowed him to play it with power. He's on the hill. 11 to 12 or 12 to 11, whichever way you want to look at it. Johnny Baptiste on the hill, breaking for the match. By the way, if you guys are watching on YouTube by any chance, maybe you guys can subscribe to my channel. Help me get some more subscriptions up. I'm trying to get up to 1,000. I know it's like living a long dream, man, and never making it out of the dream world. But I need to get 1,000 subscriptions in order for me to be able to do anything with my channel. So any subscription helps. If you guys are watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're not, you can click on the link on this post. It's in there, the YouTube link. You can follow that link and just subscribe to the channel anyway. It's not going to hurt you or anything. It's not like it's costing you any money to subscribe. And it's a good way to support the work that I do. Plus, you get to watch everything in 1080p, man. It's a lot better quality. I'm not going to say it, but better than, 720. We'll just leave it at that. Rack number 24. He's on the hill, breaking for the match, and the 13 is going to go in. Meaning he's going to have to shoot stripes. And look at this one. It's almost like as if it was on the hill. It's the nasty one. Going to have to work some real magic on this one if he wants to get out on this rack. It really comes down to the opening shot and then one more key shot, and then this table is open. But you can see here from any angle you look at, this is a difficult table to deal with. Kelly Hool says, close it out, my boy. How you doing, Eileen? Ron McGee, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Larry Anderson, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is like a major head scratcher, man. I mean, if you have an open table, which is the normal way we play 8-ball, right? Here you run this table out anyway because you just go with the solids. But with the take what you make, plus the random racking system, this table's nasty. You're gonna come through on this rack. Well, you're gonna have to earn your way there, man. He'll take that 9-ball on first, and he's gonna miss it. Almost felt like he played it kind of in a two-way. Perhaps that's why he missed, because he was trying to leave that tied up ball. Trying to get the cue ball to the right side of the table. He hasn't really given Klatt a whole lot to work with, but maybe something can happen with the 6. Other than that, we're looking at a jump with the 5, but looks like the cue ball is too close to the 15 for that. So definitely not looking at that option. I feel like maybe the 6 ball is a good option here to the bottom left corner if it gets past that 2 and the 1. That will allow you to take the cue ball into the right side rail and come back in and crash into that 3 ball. You can maybe split the 3 and the 4. See what he decides to do, but I feel like if it goes, that would be the shot that he takes on. It did go. He missed a breakout that I thought he would have had, and it actually worked out not bad. Got a chance on this table anyway. I don't know if that combo goes. I'm taking a look at it right now from my view, and it looks like it doesn't. So it looks like he needs to still find a way to solve the puzzle here. Making the 5 is the only ball that he's got available, but it doesn't really offer a whole lot of benefits other than just getting in position to one other ball. And you'll have to be careful which ball it is that you choose here because you're in a tight window. 2 balls is about the only ball you can really work with. If all those stripes weren't sitting by the side pocket, left side middle pocket, then he can take that 5 and go for a ride and come off the rails and break into that area. But those stripes are blocking the path from him being able to do that. So he's got to solve this a different way. He's going to have to play position and eventually find the breakout. Yeah, he's in a head scratcher, man. He's trying to figure it out. He's not happy with his layout right now. It's interesting how that works. You know, you can see 1,000 racks in your lifetime, and then you come up to a table like this and you still scratch your head. I mean, you've seen it all. After 1,000 games, you've seen it all. But even then, you still find the odd game that just surprises the heck out of you. Wants to freeze hook him, and I'm not sure if he got it. He might have given him a chance for the finish here. From this angle, it looks like it's a possibility. Oh no, it was a shot that was available, but he came up short. The only good thing here is that he's blocked the pocket on the 5. But is that going to be enough to hold back Klatt from getting on the hill here? I don't think so. Time will tell, I suppose. I'm not much of a gambling man, but I'm willing to bet that if there's a way to get out on this table from this turn, you'll find a way to get it. But it ain't easy, I'll tell you that much. Everything on this table is makeable except for the 5, unless you have perfect position or if you break it out. But everything else on the table is fine. You can work with everything else. I'm surprised he's playing this one here. I thought he would play the 3-ball first. I guess he's leaving that 3-ball for the follow-up shot when he breaks out the 5. What I was thinking is he can make that ball, the 3-ball, I guess, or in this case, this ball that he just made, and set up for one of these 2 here that he set up for, either the 2 or the 1. The 2 doesn't really help him with his angle. The 1 ball doesn't quite help him either. If he moves one of the 2 and then he's got the other one remaining, he might be able to create a draw angle to go up table to be able to get into the stripe and open up that 5. And then that 3-ball will become the escape shot. Now this is where all the magic comes in. He's got to get the perfect positional shot here from the 4 to the 1. Going for the breakout. Oh, what an attempt. He missed it, but he got the 5-ball out in the open. And he might even have the shot to the corner. So although he was trying to get the 10-ball out of the way, he's found a solution in a different way by moving the 5-ball out. Good little reset there to make sure that he was composed for the finish. It wasn't the shape that he was trying to get. And then once he got it, instead of him rushing into it, he acknowledged that it was a different positional shot than he was looking for. Reset it mentally, approached the shot the right way, and got himself up to this point. Another little walk here just to be thorough, just to make sure that you know exactly what you're going to do. It seems easy, man, but when you have all the knowledge in the world and you know all the angles, you can see all the possibilities, it's never that easy. And you know that sometimes making the wrong choice can get you in a bad position. You always got to be careful. And I feel like most players at this level usually, you know, they only take their times when they're not comfortable with something, when it doesn't feel right. And this is one of those situations where you're almost at the finish and it's just kind of funny. So you want to really figure this out. You end up funny on the 1 ball. He tried to force his cue ball over. It just came out short. He can still make the back cut. This is going to be a lot tougher. It all comes down to whether or not he can make the shot without scratching. And then once he does that, it's basically a Hail Mary for the finish on the 8-ball. Whatever he gets, he gets. I mean, he's going to be playing it with some side spin. He's going to be playing it with a general idea where he wants to go. But the exact position where that cue ball ends, it's kind of in a generic pile. Yeah, he's just had to make the shot. And then whatever he ends up with on the 8-ball, he ends up with. Now, had he known that he was going to end up there, he would have hit that a little bit harder to end up easier for the 8-ball. But he still has a shot in the 8-ball, so it's not too bad. It's an important shot, though, so this is definitely one of the missable ones. What makes it easier is that cue ball is off the rail a little bit, so he's got some cueing room for the cue. But he's going to overcut it. And Johnny's going to get a chance to close out the match now. And with this table opened up the way it is, I expect him to close it out. What a match. What a battle. What an event. They're playing the song Ain't That Tough Enough in the background right now. And I'm just thinking, like, this is the worst song to play in a moment of pressure. Ain't that tough enough? Oh, no. Oh, he's okay. I was saying no, because I thought he was going to draw that back, but he was okay. He's got a follow-up shot. I'm being dramatic. What happens when you don't get enough sleep? You wake up a little dramatic. Took a little walkthrough to make sure that he can check his angles to know where he's going to go with that cue ball. It's important to make the right decision. Important to have the information before you shoot as well, so that way there's no issues mentally at the table. Just going to bounce this off the rail quickly, but yeah, take a little walk. You want to make sure that you got an angle that works for you. You don't want to just rush it and end up with something funny. You want to figure out how to come back across here to get a better angle to get for the 8-ball. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to come off gently, set up a shot here on the 12 with a follow through or draw for the 8. He's going to go with a follow through. It is the way that you should go. The draw would have been a forcible shot, which makes it missable. Following through allows you to get the finish. And Johnny Baptiste will get the finish. He is going to be our next A-side semifinalist. 13-11, the final score on that one. And we're going to go here on the board. Get it updated right now. What a matchup. What an event. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, guys. So what is it? What do you guys want to see? I feel like we should put Larry Hunter and Jeremy Hansen on there. But that Jeff Clare and Johnny Baptiste match, just so you guys have an understanding, of why I kind of want to put it on there, why I want to put them on there. Let's see. Jeff Clare's a 709 Fargo. And Johnny Baptiste is a 731 Fargo. So they're, in a 700 plus. It's a really, really good match. Should be another championship match. When we look at Larry Hunter, he's a 675 Fargo rate. Playing against Jeremy Hansen, who's a 608. So they're pretty close range too, which means that match has all the potential to be a very competitive match that could easily go to the hill. What do you guys want to see? Let me know right now, because I'm about to close out, man. And when I close out, I will be back with another stream for the semifinal matchup. Hi. Ooh. I'd rather have it somewhere where I can flip over, but they don't want to play on that table. They don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But with 6, that means I can only stream this match and that's it. And then the other match, I'll just have to just catch up with it. Yeah. Now, if you can put it on table 1, is that an open table? If you can put the match on table 1, then that leaves you 2 and 3 to work with. Yeah, I guess because it's still a semifinal match. I don't think they're gonna like it much better in there though. We're trying to figure out where we're gonna set up these matches. Oh man, I'm exhausted. It's been a day. Next week, tune in to watch the Tournament of Champions week number 1. The 2023-2022 season is on its way starting next week, and it's going to be a battle, I tell you. It's a battle every time. It's every second Saturday. It's usually been every Saturday, but this year it's going to be every second Saturday. Make sure you come down to 866 Notre Dame. Is that what it is? 866 Notre Dame? I don't know. That's what it is. 866? Yeah, 866 Notre Dame. It's been so long since I've been at the Blue Room. I forgot their address, man. Champions won it. Come down and play your best game, man. If you ain't going to be the best out there, don't bother. No, I'm kidding. Come down, put your best effort in. Maybe you'll be one of the guys that qualifies. 2 people qualify every week. Make sure to tune in to watch the Tournament of Champions, and make sure to come in and join us at the Blue Room for the Tournament of Champions every second Saturday, starting next Saturday, October 22nd. I should be, and then I'll be down to 1 table only. Yeah. All right. So we're good. We figured that out, and yeah, make sure you guys tune in to watch the Tournament of Champions. It's going to be a great event. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great event. I ain't lying, man. I'm telling you the truth. And well, if you're looking for some jam up gear, we showed you the shirts earlier. Check out the hats. I'm going to get this hat. I'm going to get the other Predator hat too because I love it. I kind of wanted to get this one, but I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about it, man. This one. Oh, man. My heart beats every time I see that hat. Like love at first sight, I tell you. Love that hat. JamUpApparel.com is where you order those. You can also order it through me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Let me know if I can help you with some of that stuff, and I would love to take care of it. Here's some other outfits or some of the other shirts worn by some of the pro players. Here's Savannah Easton, the Roadrunner, beep beep. Mr. 626. Tyler Steyer, sporting the action shirt. And let's not forget about the Duchess of Doom with the Empire shirts. All available on jamupapparel.com or through me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Oh, man, we're having a good time. Check out the last highlight. It was a break, a smashing break with a lot of problems in it. And we'll take a look at the highlight of the day so far. Johnny Baptiste with the highlight of the day so far on a double bank side. Made it look so smooth too, man. Smooth operator, that guy. Look at that. All pocket. All pocket. Play your best game with Q Sports Live. And yeah, I think we got everything updated. Did we update the brackets? Yeah, we did. And we got the matchups. We got everything there done. Let's go to our pool wisdom. The more you sweat in practice, the less you'll bleed in battle. Get to those tables and become the champion within. Your time is coming, but not till you put that time on the table. And I'm not talking about just going out there and ball banging some racks. I'm talking about real time, man, when you're working on your game, on specifics. Break down the banks, break down the cuts, break down everything that you can't do. When you learn how to do everything you can't do, well, you're a champion, bro. You're already there. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream so far. If you didn't, well, you know, you can complain all you want on our website. I'm not going to answer to any of those, though. But if you leave a compliment, I will answer to those for sure. So leave me a compliment on my work if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, well, you know, you can just leave me a comment on the stream, and I'll ignore it there, too. My name is Rod Arriagada. If you guys want to add me or follow me on Facebook, you can do so. If you want to message me to come out to your town to cover an event for you, message me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Looking for anything Predator? Message me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Anything Jam Up? Message me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. And, well, that's going to be it. My name is Rod Arriagada. Like I said, add me or follow me if you want to. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Support a guy. I need some help, man. I really do. And if you're on Facebook, this is your first time tuning in to Q Sports Live, make sure you guys follow us. Hit that like button, and you'll get notified every single time that we go live. And we're going live lots. I mean, I go live every weekend, and the boys are going to be going live in Calgary starting November. They got a bunch of events coming up, man. So we're going to have lots of good streams coming your way, especially throughout this winter season. It's busy pool season, and we're all up in it right now. Make sure you guys follow us so you get that notification. And make sure you support me on YouTube, man, because if you don't, Well, I'll never know, really. I'll just appreciate it, though, if you do. I'm Rod Arriagada. I'll be back soon. Go get a drink, have a smoke, maybe something to eat. I don't know. It's up to you. But don't take too long. We're coming back with the A-side semifinals. King of the Hill, winner take all. Coming up next.